Okay, then the current level of risk is often referred to as the residual level, or you can say the managed level of a risk, like how much risk you can manage. Okay, you have managed, you have basically deducted your absolute risk with the control measures, so that is the residual risk which is still over there. Now, if you can see the risk likelihood and magnitude, how you can implement that and how you can understand that. The first thing that is there is risk likelihood and magnitude. You can use basically a risk matrix, and then you can understand what is a risk this risk matrix. Okay, so the risk matrix is basically, if the diagram is clear. Are you able to view this diagram?
No, it's very small one.
Okay.
It's not visible clearly. Yeah.
Okay, is it okay? Once I share the PDF, then you will be able to understand.
Okay.
I explain, then you will be able to understand. Like on the horizontal axis, there is likelihood, like some likelihood you can say that this thing will happen. So it is being plotted on the horizontal axis, and on the vertical axis, it is, you can say, the impact factor, like how impactful that risk was. Okay, so that is implemented on the horizontal vertical axis. So on the basis of that, we graph, we plan, and then you can say this is basically the risk matrix. And on the basis of that, we have various quadrants. Okay, this is the one which is very you can say hazardous, then this is a control risk, and these are basically the opportunity risk. So this is basically, you can say, the risk matrix. On the basis of that, we see, okay, कितना chances है कि ये होगा, ये fire का chances कितना है, likelihood कितना है, and if it will happen, what will be the impact, how much it will impact, क्या पूरा industry में हो जाएगा, या some industry ऐसा रहता है जिसमें fire के chances कम रहते हैं. If you can say a typical business like office work are there, so these are not very impactful in those organizations, but for something that is basically petroleum industry and all that, it will impact, their impact will be more. So on the basis of that, we plan and we see like how much risk is being there, how much inherent risk will be there. Okay, then impact of the hazard risk. So what is the impact of a hazard risk? As I told you, that hazard risk basically are the risks which will have only and only negative impact. So what will happen if they will happen, like the risk will have, if it will be closely related to the management of insurable risk, like you can insure yourself for those risks. Like this is the way you can, hazard risks are impacting you and how you can control that. Remember that a hazard risk can only have a negative impact, as I told you. Then it is concerned with issues such as health, safety, fire prevention, damage to the property. So these are basically the issues which will lead only and only to the losses. So hazard risk can cause disruption to the normal operation. Obviously, if there is a fire, or you can say anything that led to the safety of the workers is being impacted, so it will obviously impact the whole organization, and it will result in the increased cost, because obviously if some fire is there, then you need to compensate those labor and all that. So these are the things which will impact. So you need to control those things. So these are the various techniques you are have to employ to save those hazardous risks. Okay, see, if you can see, there is one risk factor and there is one reward factor. Just a second. ओके, रिस्क एंड रिवॉर्ड. इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज कि जो आपने रिस्क लिया वो हमेशा ही हमेशा आपको लॉसेस में इम्पैक्ट करेगा. नो, समटाइम इट मे गिव यू अ रिवॉर्ड. ओके, आई हैव एम्प्लॉयड इन सम कंपनी, देन आई बेसिकली मैंने आगे रॉ मटेरियल कहीं से लेती थी, देन आई थॉट ऑफ ओके, बीइंग एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, आई थॉट ऑफ ओके, आई हैव दैट फ्रॉम माय कॉम्पिटिटर हु इज basically having the raw material from some other organization at a लोअर प्राइसेस. सो दीज आर बेसिकली रिस्क. हमेशा आपको एक ही तरह का नहीं होता है कि आपका वो लॉसेस में ही होगा. नो, इट मे वर्क एज अ बोथ से. So what is the, you can say, the risk and reward? This is the matrix which is being there. So if you can see reward, I hope this is clear at least. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. This picture is clear.
Okay. See, if you can see on the horizontal axis, there is reward, and on the vertical axis, there is risk. So if you can think of some organization, like suppose I have given an example of a startup. If you are a startup company, what will happen? Obviously, risk will be more and the reward will be very less. Is it so? रिवॉर्ड तो आपको बहुत कम मिलेंगे बट रिस्क आपका बहुत ज्यादा होगा बिकॉज यू आर समवन हु हैज जस्ट एंटर इनटू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो एट दैट पॉइंट वेयर यू विल लाइक, तो आपका पॉइंट क्या रहेगा बेटा उस टाइम पे? अगर आप एक कंपनी हो इज इनटू द स्टार्टअप, that will be a company with a very very low reward and a very high risk. क्योंकि आप इंडस्ट्री में आए, how the industry will बेसिकली यू विल बी एबल टू एंटर इनटू द मार्केट, कैसे वो आपको इंप्लीमेंट करना है वो सब आपको देखना पड़ेगा. सो एट दैट पॉइंट यू विल बी एट अ क्वाड्रेंट 1 because at that point you are at very high risk. Maybe you are not able to face the competition, maybe your competitor are so much privileged that you don't get the market easily. Okay, so these are basically, then you will lie into the quadrant 1. And then come, once you enter into the market, now what will happen? Now the company develop, it is likely to move to a higher return because you have entered into the market. Now you have established yourself. Now what will happen? Your risk is still high because the competition you are facing, you are a new industry, that will be obviously high, but you have started gaining reward because now you have established yourself. Then you will lie in the quadrant 3 because your risk will be high and your reward will be always high. And then coming on to the next, what will happen? Your investment will mature. Now you have become a part of the organization. Now what will happen? The reward may remain high, but the risk will reduce because obviously you know now how the game of the industry is there. And at the end, once you have reached at the final stage, so you will be like a player for the organization. Now you will be having a point of a low reward as well as a low risk. So this is what you can understand with this risk and reward. So what risk and reward applies to opportunity risk, like how these are being implemented of the various risks. In case of a hazard risk, it is likely that the reward for an increased risk management effort will be fewer disruptive events. How? सपोज अगर आपके हर बार आपको पता है कि मेरी कंपनी में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फेलियर की वजह से लॉस होता है और यू कैन से आग की वजह से लॉस होता है, और मे बी मेरा एरिया ऐसा है, मैंने अपनी कंपनी वहां पे लगाई है जहां जो अर्थक्वेक प्रोन है. सो यू हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड सम पॉलिसीज. क्या करा है आपने कंपनी के लिए? सेफ्टी प्रिकॉशंस ज्यादा ले लिए. सो व्हाट विल हैपन? दिस विल ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी फ्यूअर डिस्ट्रप्टिव इवेंट्स. तो उनका इम्पैक्ट क्या हो जाएगा? कम हो जाएगा. यू कांट एलिमिनेट एनी टाइप ऑफ अ रिस्क. कभी भी आप बिजनेस में हो, इट इज नेवर पॉसिबल दैट यू विल रन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विदाउट एनी, you can say, a disruption or without risk. No, there is never this thing will happen. What will happen only that there will be fewer disruptive events. Okay, so your progress or your organization will not get disrupted with these things. Then in case of a project risk, what will happen? The reward for an increased risk management will be that the project is more likely to be delivered on time, within budget, within the specific quality. So this is what, if you have excuse me, if you have प्रोजेक्ट रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, अगर आपने उसको अच्छे से मैनेज किया और रिवॉर्ड उसके लिए अच्छे से किया, तो कैसे रहेगा? आपका प्रोजेक्ट डिलीवर हो जाएगा टाइम पे, विद इन बजट, एंड ऑब्वियसली योर objectives which you have laid down for your organization will be achieved. Then coming on to the opportunity risk. What will be the opportunity risk? Like the risk reward analysis. You will be able to implement, you will be able to have more successful products, you will be having to more profits. So this will how these various types of risk and reward are being related. Now, as I have explained you, like what is a risk, what is the definition of a risk, what are the types of the risk which may be there in the organization, and how we are going to implement them, and how they are impacting our organization, how much they can be controlled. So then coming on to the risk and uncertainty. See, risk is sometimes defined as uncertainty because we are not certain either we are able to achieve our company objective, either we will be, if I'm going to invest in some other organization, will it be beneficial for me or not? So there is always a sense of uncertainty. So risk itself include uncertainty. So what is the probable applicable to the management of control? Like control risks are more difficult to identify because they can be controlled. It is not easy to, you can say you can easily identify them. So the how, like if a building is being constructed, you are into the some organization, you are into the construction business, you have taken up a ground and then you have started up with your construction. So what will be there? There are two conditions. The first condition may be, okay, you have assumed, okay, this soil condition is very good, and then I'll need less, you can say late construction will be required because the ground condition is very good. So it will be giving me more, less foundation will be required and the ground that is stronger. So I have assumed this thing, but it may be like it may be there that this ground is actually weaker what I have expected. So this is basically uncertainty. Like you can't predict it very certainly ki हाँ ये ऐसा ही होने वाला है. No, you can't. Then there is another uncertainty. You have assumed, okay, ठीक है, मुझे लेट डाउन का स्ट्रॉन्ग स्ट्रक्चर के लिए बहुत ज्यादा फाउंडेशन वर्क करना पड़ेगा, बट वो सॉइल कंडीशन इतना अच्छा था that you don't require to do that. So this is basically a win-win situation for you, that you don't require to work more. So it may work positively for you or it may work negatively for you. So these are basically, you can say, uncertainty that may be considered an organization will have an aversion to these risks. Okay, a certain level of deviation from the project can be tolerated. Okay, if I have promised I'll be able to deliver my project by January and I am able to deliver it by Feb, okay, then it is manageable. But if you have said I'll be able to give my project by January and you are delivering the project in the next January, so it is not tolerable. So you need to control these situations. So I have told you what are the hazard risks. Now we need to understand like how we can basically manage those risks. Okay, so to manage the hazard risk, you can say the hazard risk that can affect an organization need to be identified by an organization. Like what are the risks and how they are going to impact, you need to describe that. Okay, hazard risk can be unplanned disruption, disruptive event cause inefficiency and to be avoided unless they are part of planned maintenance or testing procedures. So these are basically the ways like how you can control these management risk, or you can say the hazardous risk. Okay, then there is no unplanned disruption, or you can say inefficiency. Like first, the events are divided into several categories like people, property, terminology. So these are basically the things which are being, you can say, impacting. Then each category of hazard risk, organization need to evaluate the type of incident that could occur, the source of those incident. Okay, ये सब हो सकता है, किस वजह से होता है, you need to understand that. Then is the management of hazard risk involved analysis and management of three aspects. What are the three aspects of hazard risk in summary? Or you can say you looked at what type of a risk you need to control, like you need to prevent the loss occurring. Then you limit the damage, like how much damage is there, you need to limit that. And then you contain the cost recovering from the event. Okay, whatsoever cost is being there, like how you can recover that. Now hazard management is traditionally the approach adopted by insurance world. अभी क्या है, मैंने आपको बोला हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए अलग रहता है. अगर आप बिजनेस में हो तो आपका वे डील करने का अलग रहेगा, अगर आप इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर में हो तो अलग रहेगा. And now if you can understand one thing, now the name insurance has come up. Now let me explain you with an example. See, earlier it is not like कि तब हमें जरूरत नहीं पड़ती थी या तब रिस्क मैनेजमेंट नहीं होता था. See, before 1950 what happened, like the industries that were there, they think, okay, whatsoever risk is there, we are being insured. Then come a scenario that they think of, okay, the risk is being insured, but there are several types of risks which are not being insured. बहुत से रिस्क ऐसे थे जो इंश्योर्ड नहीं थे. Then come a challenge, like we need to control that risk. Okay, after 1950 there come an approach, okay, I have to control those risks. So what will I do? I will have a proper risk management organization. Risk management system should be within the organization. And what happened in 1970, what happened, Europe developed a approach, like we need to manage, like we need to work simultaneously we have to control that risk. Okay, like we have to control the risk, जो risk है उसको control भी करना है, and second, whatsoever risk is being left, we need to ensure that. So that is why the risk management concept, you can say, basically come into existence. And now there are various opportunities that are being there. Companies are specially hiring risk managers for the organization so that they can help them to cover up those losses, how they can control that. We are basically doing financial planning. We are doing basic, why we people do financial planning, because it's basically okay, again abhi maine itna bank mein paisa rakh diya, there is a risk, I'll be basically charged more for the that income. So what will happen, I'll invest in securities, I'll invest in fixed. Okay, so this will lead to what? This will lead to obviously generate more funds for me. So that is why the risk management concept come into existence. Like you need to basically the control the organization, and the whatsoever risk is being left is being taken care by the risk management company. Okay, so now if you I think the types of the risk is being covered, and I have covered like what is the hazard, what is the control risk, and what is the opportunity risk. Today I have covered all this. Now if you can see what is the hazard risk, you can say hazard risk management in, you can say, in the insurance world, what will happen in organization will have a tolerance of hazard risk, because they know, okay, this will happen, then we have to pay to the our client for these types of risks. So they basically have an approach about that. But the approach that is based on the, you can say, in the companies, what is that? The approach should be based on reducing the likelihood or impact कि हाँ ठीक है, मुझे ये भी कंट्रोल करना है कि फायर चांसेस नहीं हो, बट व्हाट आई विल डू इज लाइक अगर हो गया then what will happen, I should have a proper exit. Okay, if some fire is there, some fire incident is there, there should be proper exit there, there should be some safety precaution measures should be there, it should be something that I can basically, you can say that I can basically उसका magnitude जो है, उसका जो impact है वो मैं उसको कम कर सकूं. This is what as an organization I will think of. So organization insurance represent the mechanism for limiting the financial cost. Okay, and when an organization consider the level of insurance that it will purchase, the hazard tolerance of the organization need to be fully analyzed, like how much impact it has there, and how much you can see कितना मेरा loss हुआ है, कितना मैंने control किया है. All these things you need to cover and you need to understand. Okay, now we have covered the types of the risk, we have covered like what exactly the risk is and how it is impacting ourselves, what hazard risk we can control that. Now we will come to the risk management. So the risk management basically means a coordinated activities to direct and control an organization with regard to risk. Like these are basically the coordinated activities. You can't take these things in isolation. You have to coordinate various activities to direct and control an organization. आपको अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए you need to require this risk management. And what is this? The process which aims to help organization understand, evaluate, and take action. Like first you need to understand, okay, this risk is there, I need to understand. Okay, अगर मैं इस इंडस्ट्री में काम करती हूँ, if you are into some vegetable, suppose you are a vegetable vendor or you can say a wholesale vegetable seller, what you need to understand, like these goods which I am dealing with, these are perishable. They are being perishable. So this is the level of a risk. If they are being stored for a longer time, then obviously they will be perished. Then you need to evaluate and take action on all their risks. So how I can take an action, like what is my demand and how I have to fulfill that, what will be my supply. I can't overstore these products because this will basically lead to the losses only, and I can't understore myself because it will lead to like I will not be able to supply to the vendors. So you can say the retailers. Then with a view to increase the probability of success and reducing the chances of likelihood of failure. So you need to increase the probability, like success should be there. You should be in a win-win situation. You should be into the situation that you are able to face that risk and you are able to control that risk. Okay. So on the basis of that, you can control these things. So this is what a risk management is required. Now, after that, I'll be covering, after this, the risk management. There are various, you can say the proper, you can say there are various 4 R and T's of the risk management, which I'll just brief you about, and then we will discuss in detail tomorrow. So what are the, basically you can say the 4 R. What is the 4 R, or you can say 4 T's of the risk management? Okay, just a second, I'll explain you one by one. So basically the 4 R and the 7 R and 4 2 is, you can see these are basically the risk management process. So there is a proper chart which I'll explain you. The first thing that will be there that you need to understand in the research or risk process, that should be that you need to recognize the risk. What sort of a risk you are recognizing? I mean, what sort of industry you are into and what sort of a risk is there. You need to recognize that risk. Then you need to rank that risk, like how much it is going to impact your organization. How much ranking here means like how much magnitude it will have for you. Then is to responding to risk, like there are some risks which can be tolerated, then there are some risks which can be transferred, then there are some risks which can be treated, or you can say that can't be treated. So these are basically how you respond to that risk. Okay, then is a resourcing control. What are the resource measures, what are the controls measures which you have implemented for that? Then the last the fifth one, that will be the reaction planning. You need to plan yourself, like how much these things have impacted my business and how I have to plan so that in future I can basically don't suffer those losses. Then reporting on the risk, how much risk is being there, you need to report. If that some uncertain event has happened, like how much risk is being there and how much it has implemented, you need to report that. Then you need to review and monitor, like if you have controlled something, you have implemented some policy, then you need to obviously review it, or you can see either your whatsoever decision you have taken, if those are successful or they are not successful. So you need to understand all these things. So these are basically, you can say, a brief description about the process. I'll explain more in my next lecture. And then you can see there are various principles of risk management. So the various principles of risk management are basically known by the acronym PASTE. PASTE means a good set of principles that are the foundation of any risk management within an organization. So they are basically known as the PASTE, like because they are basically required for a good set of a principle for the foundation, like how you are going to implement the risk management within the organization. So you need these type of description for that. Okay, so what sort of a description, or you can say what is the full form of PASTE? I just explained that. And all these things like risk management principle, risk management process, these are with diagram, and I'll explain you by tomorrow. Like first thing that will be there is principle, that is there is proportionate. So what do you can understand by proportionate?
Means average.
Yeah, please.
Means proportionate. It's average, like we are doing average of something.
Okay,
or we are distributing among something.
बेटा रिस्क मैनेजमेंट यहाँ पे उसका मतलब होता है कि रिस्क मैनेजमेंट की आपने जो भी एक्टिविटी ली ना, वो प्रोपोर्शनेट होनी चाहिए जितना आपको रिस्क है. सपोज अगर मैं एक कंपनी में हूँ बच्चे, और उसमें मुझे पता है कि मेरे को अगर ये लॉस हुआ, मतलब सपोज मेरा कोई फॉरेन का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, मेरा कोई, मैं फॉरेन एक्सचेंज में काम करती हूँ, और अगर ये चीजें मैंने एक्सपोर्ट करनी है और वो फेल होता है, तो आई विल सफर अ लॉस ऑफ 1 crore रुपए. ओके, तो माय रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, ओके, तो मेरा रिस्क मैनेजमेंट कैसा होना चाहिए कि मैं उस चीज को कंट्रोल कर सकूं. ठीक है, तो मेरा कैसा होना चाहिए बेटा कि वो जो रिस्क है मेरा, वो उसके जो मैंने उसको मैनेज करने के लिए अपना पॉलिसी बनाया है या जो स्ट्रैटेजी बनाया है, दैट शुड बी प्रोपोर्शनेट टू द रिस्क. जितना रिस्क है उसके प्रोपोर्शनेट मुझे अपना वो एक्टिविटी प्लान करना है. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट प्रोपोर्शनेट मीन ओवर हियर. देन you have another thing, that is the aligned. Aligned means जितनी भी risk management activities है, they need to be aligned with other activities in the organization. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका risk management जो आपका overall objective है या जो बाकी लोग हैं वो उसमें involved ही नहीं है, नहीं, वो ऐसा होना चाहिए कि पूरे के पूरे लोग उसमें aligned हैं and they know how to implement that. Okay. Then the other thing that is there is that comprehensive. What does the comprehensive over means? That you need to be fully effective. The risk management approach must be comprehensive. It should be fully effective. It's not something that you have assumed. No, it should be something which can be effectively installed or you can implement that. Then it is embedded. That means within the organization. Then it need to be dynamic. Dynamic, that means it can change to the changing condition and according to the changing risk. So these are basically the principles. So with our main concern, like what is the risk, what is the risk factors, what are the hazardous risks, and what are the basically risk description and all that. Now covering on to these, we will cover with the risk management, the principles of the risk management, then what are the various process of the risk management, and what is the importance of risk management. If in general, I can tell you, I mean, if we are into some industry and have basically implemented that risk management organization, तो क्या फायदा होगा हमें? आपने रिस्क, मैंने आपको बताया कि बहुत तरह के हो गए आपकी कंपनी में, फायर का रिस्क है, थेफ्ट का रिस्क है, हो सकता है आपका सॉफ्टवेयर आउटडेटेड हो गया, उसको खत्म हो जाने का रिस्क है. सो रिस्क मैनेजमेंट करने का आपको क्या फायदा होगा? द फर्स्ट, एनीवन? The first thing that will be there, that you will be able to achieve whatsoever your objectives are. जो आपके कंपनी के objectives हैं, जो आपने रखा है कि हाँ मेरा objective है, मुझे इतना सेल इंक्रीज करना है या ये सब करना है, वो सब आप अचीव कर पाओगे with the help of these you can say risk management techniques. Then what else you can do is that your losses that are being embedded because of your बिजनेस, जिस वजह से आप जिस बिजनेस में हो उसमें जो आपके अनकंट्रोल्ड रिस्क, यू कैन से द रिस्क दैट आर बीइंग इनहेरेंट इन दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, यू विल बी एबल टू बेसिकली डाउनसाइज देयर इम्पैक्ट. अगर वो हुए भी तो उनका इम्पैक्ट आप कम कर सकते हो, आप कंपनी के ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव कर सकते हो. एंड व्हाट एल्स यू कैन डू इज like you will be able, if there is any opportunity, then you will be able to take the benefit of that opportunity with you. So this is why this concept of risk management has come into existence. Okay, so this is why it has become more efficient with the time, that risk management as a, you can say, basically a different discipline has come into our organization, because we need to control these things. We need to control these types of risk. Okay. So if you can see the hazard management which is being there, so uske liye aap basically kya kar sakte ho, un cheezon ko aap control kar sakte ho. You can basically have insurance, you can cover the various safety procedures for the company, for the person. So these risks can be basically reduced with the help of those. Then control management can also be there for the control risk. So these are basically the various types of the risk that can be basically covered. Okay, so till now I have covered. Now 5 minutes I'll give you. If you have any doubt, you can please ask me. So the PDF I'll be sharing once I complete with my this lecture. First unit is completed, then I'll forward the PDF with you. I'll give to ma'am and she will share with you. And after that, accordingly, I'll be preparing the notes and I'll be circulating those notes to you. And regarding that assignments, I'll be giving the assignment to you. I'll forward to ma'am maybe next week, then she can forward you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Just one question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just we discussed the type of risk, that hazard risk, control risk, and opportunity risk.
Yeah.
So control and opportunity risk is okay because it's uncertainty or speculative type means it. But how will assume that hazard risk will say is pure risk or what?
हैजार्ड रिस्क इज अ प्योर रिस्क बिकॉज उसमें बेटा आपको कुछ भी और कुछ भी प्रॉफिट नहीं होने वाला। अपॉर्चुनिटी रिस्क में क्या है, अगर आपका विन विन सिचुएशन हुआ कि ठीक है मार्केट की कंडीशन ऐसी हुई कि आपका जो मार्केट प्राइस आपने रखा था उससे कुछ कम हो गया या कुछ वो हो गया तो आपको प्रॉफिट के चांसेस है। बट हैजार्ड रिस्क में तो आपको बेटा कुछ भी प्रॉफिट के चांसेस नहीं है। बिकॉज क्यों चांसेस नहीं है? बिकॉज देयर विल बी ओनली एंड ओनली लॉस। अगर फायर होती है कंपनी में देयर विल बी नो प्रॉफिट। सो इट इज
No profit.
बेसिकली अ
Okay.
प्योर रिस्क। ठीक
Okay.
है ना?
Okay.
हाँ
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ।
Thank you.
एंड दिस इज बेसिकली अ टिपिकल टाइप ऑफ, यू कैन से 3 टाइप्स ऑफ रिस्क। और भी तरह के रिस्क हैं जो
Yes.
जैसे फाइनेंशियल रिस्क मैनेजमेंट जब भी मैं आपको करवाऊंगी, बिकॉज अभी हम रिस्क हमने कवर किए, देन आई विल कवर विद द रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, देन वी विल कवर विद द फाइनेंशियल रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड लाइक हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू कंट्रोल दिस थिंग। ओके
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, and the PDFs I'll share once my this unit is being completed.
Okay.
Anyone else, if any doubt is there? I hope these diagrams which I have shown were clear to you. This risk matrix as well as this hazard risk, a risk and reward function. Like I have, that is why I have given you a definition of like कि कैसे आपको उसके लिए रहता है, स्टार्टअप के लिए आप कौन से सिचुएशन पे रहते हो, so that you can relate to it. I have tried to give those examples so that you can relate to it, and basically you can understand like what exactly are the factors which are impacting those organizations. Okay. So hazard risk is covered, this inherent level and all this risk description is being covered. So now we will be starting with our next thing, that will be the risk management. And by tomorrow I'll cover with the risk management and try to cover the financial risk management also, so that we can cover with our first unit. I'll pace up more because we need to cover this unit. Okay. I hope my pace is okay with you guys.
Yes, ma'am. It's okay.
Okay, fine, perfectly fine. Okay, so you people don't have any doubt. So and one thing more, what I want to tell you, that these definitions which I have given, these are the definitions which are given by various organizations, or you can say various. Okay, so you need to remember if you are going to write down these definitions, or you need to want to quote it. Once you are giving the name of any organization, like if you are going to Indian Risk Management or the Institute of Risk Management, then it should be word to word. और अगर आपको doubt आता है कि नहीं मुझे word to word याद नहीं है, then it's better you can simply quote it. We can define it like that. Okay, don't quote the name of that organization or that. Okay, so it will be easy for you, because अगर आप किसी का नाम लिखते हो then it should be word to word. And if you are not quoting the name of that particular organization or something, then you can cover with that. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll forward this PDF once my first unit is being completed.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you. Okay, bye.